Welcome back to another edition of History in Your Own Backyard. I'm Satoli. Today we're in Butlerville, Indiana, at the site of the old high school. Stay tuned and I'll tell you all about it. In 1904, the town of Butlerville, Indiana celebrated a brand new two-story brick school building. It was built south of the B&O Railroad track along what was then known as Market Road. In the mid-1920s, Indiana cobbled together some of these roads to create their portion of the new national motor route, US 50. In what could be called a bypass, the new route was built approximately 100 yards further south from the school. Butlerville was a growing town, and in 1922, a second brick building was constructed just east of the 1904 building. An old two-story frame school was literally moved west to the other side of the 1904 building. It later became a skating rink, a movie house, and finally a private residence before it was torn down in the early 2000s. The new 1922 building featured an indoor basketball gym in the basement. Players had to put their foot on the wall to take the ball out. Fans watched from a balcony above. Still, it was home to the Bulldogs, who became famous for their squirrel play, where a small player sat on the shoulders of a bigger player, caught the ball, and put it in the basket. Modern transportation made possible school consolidation, and in the late 1940s, Butlerville saw its last high school graduation. The building continued in use through the early 1970s as an elementary school. At that time, a new elementary school called Brush Creek was built just west of Butlerville. The school corporation sold the buildings, and for a time they were used as a church, but that church grew, built its own new building, and continues in its new location. The property was then purchased by an individual. There were efforts to repurpose the buildings for community use as a daycare or community center. As recently as 2014, there was an effort to locate a new firehouse on the site. Eventually, a new buyer came along with plans to make a microbrewery. However, time has taken its toll. The belfry and the roof have collapsed, basically sealing the fate of this historic building. Thanks for watching another edition of History in Your Own Backyard. Today we were in Butlerville, Indiana at the site of the old high school. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, travel slowly and stop often. We'll see you next time. Bye.